Hey, so this is a project I was working on for the past few weeks, and I just want to share with you guys. It's just kind of a quick side project. So, a little backstory. The beginning of May was Star Wars Day, May 4th, of course, and the GOG store had a sale on Star Wars RACER. Now, this is a game that I bought for the N64 back when I was a kid. It was released in 1999 on the N64, and it's just a game I really love. It's a really solid racing game. Now, despite what you might think of episode 1, and that's a whole nother topic, of course, this game was really good, and so I jumped at the opportunity to pick it up and play through it. But of course, as amazing as it is that GOG is making the game available on Windows 10, it still has a lot of issues. The game doesn't exactly hold up in 2019. 20 years later, it is as great as the handling of the pods are and the racing mechanics are in the game. Visually, the game really doesn't look pretty at all. So I immediately went into trying to tweak the game and trying to figure out how to make it look better than it does. And of course, you can bring it up to 1080p, and just like if you were increasing the resolution in an emulator like Citra or Cemu, it helps. It makes it look a little bit more crispy. The textures, of course, are still, those really low resolution textures, and at the moment not much can be done about that. Another thing I had issues with, the fonts are super blurry, and all the cutscenes are, I think, native 277 pixels approximately in height. So the videos are really small, and when they do get stretched out on a 1080p monitor, they don't look good at all, obviously. So what I started on was trying to figure out how I could upscale and enhance the videos. And that was the first project I got into doing, and I'll share some of my results in a moment. But while I was on that journey, I actually came across a few other people that were trying to kind of update the game and bring it into the modern era. One of those projects was an HD font pack by J Fox Rocks. I was fortunate enough to have a community member of the Star Wars RACER Discord server share with me a patched executable which actually incorporates all of the HD fonts. So that helped substantially in the game. That and increasing the native resolution, you really get a lot more crispiness out of the game. For the videos, I was using machine learning that essentially uses different algorithms to increase the resolution and enhance the footage. It's a combination of sharpening and blurring the footage. And so, as you can see on my desktop, this is actually one of the stills from the intro video to Star Wars RACER, and of course it's enhanced up to 1080p. And this is actually my favorite shot in the, or I should say frame in the entire intro video, and I think it looks like some kind of digital painting. I think it's really beautiful. Now, not all frames in the intro video look this nice, and that's just the result of trying to increase the resolution and enhance these frames of something that's like approximately 277 pixels in height up to 1080. That's a huge increase in size, and usually what happens when you stretch something out like that with so few pixels, you get extreme blurring and artifacting. So what I'm about to show you is a comparison between the original footage from the PC version of Star Wars RACER and my enhanced version, which of course is the difference between, I don't know why it's 277, or it's approximately 277 pixels in height, scaled up to 1080. So I hope you enjoy, and I hope you stick around till after the comparison video, because I'm also going to talk about the steps I took after making this video to try to get this in the game. I came up against a few roadblocks and I'm still stuck there at the moment. But I just want to share this information with the internet, with the Star Wars community, in hopes that maybe somebody can help me get this content into the game. And I do have a working path forward on that. I just don't have the skill set on doing a few things. And I hope that you can help me. So please sit back and relax and check out this upscaled version of the intro video that I made.
Welcome to Tatooine, pod race fans. We have perfect weather today for the Bunta Classic.
And a big turnout here from all corners of the Outer Rim territories. I see the contestants are making their way out.
So
onto the
what
starting
I'm going to
grid.
do here, I'm going to play this through, but I'm also going to have the original on the right side and the new version on the left. The original will be in its original size, as well as stretched out at various points throughout the video. Things like that look really good. The characters, almost like a claymation effect, almost. Really looks, it reminds me of the movie Waking Life, I think it's called, just that painted over effect. Some of the action shots here need some work. You can notice some artifacting and sharpening issues. Most of the close-ups look really pretty good. I love shots like that. Close-ups are always pretty good. The movements. I've also increased the frame rate here up to 60 FPS. It was natively 30, I believe. Makes a big difference on these action scenes. Things that move more slowly, like this model here, are always a lot more crisp. Poor guy. I like this shot with the heat waves and the droids. So there you have it. Now, I've done a few other videos. Each of the race tracks have an intro animation or a cutscene that's fairly short, like 5 to 10 seconds in length, and it just gives you a general overview of the planet that you're on. I've done a few of those as well. So where did I get stuck in actually completing this as a functioning mod that people can use? LucasArts back in the late 90s used something, I think it was called the Insane Engine, something along those lines. It was a form of compression, and the issue with it is that currently, since it's proprietary, it is a proprietary method of compressing things like cutscene files. I don't have the means to compress them back into that file format so the game can read them. And even if I could, I don't think the game engine would handle the HD video files very well. So I was able to pull them out using Handbrake, which uses the FFmpeg decoder. Thankfully, it was able to read these files. And I'll leave links to descriptions of what the file types are. I don't want to get too technical in this video, but they are .znm. Those are the compressed file types, and then when you uncompress them, they're .snm. They're smush files is what they're called, which I've learned. And I could only pull them out. I couldn't get them back in, and coding them was the problem. So on my research, I also discovered another project, the X-Wing Alliance Upgrade community. And a few of the guys in that community have made a bunch of DLL files, hooks, and they actually have all their code posted on a GitHub. I believe the developer's name is Jeremy Ansel. And so what he did was create a replacement for the Smush video player, which is the DLL that Star Wars RACER uses to play these files in the compressed .znm file format. Mouthful. And again, I'm going to have links to everything. If you're a technical person and you want to help me figure out how to do this, I'm going to have links to everything that explains all this in technical detail. So what the X-Wing Alliance upgrade team did was they replaced the video player DLL file so that with their custom player, they can play things like AVI files, custom AVI files, and introduce high definition cutscenes. That would be perfect for the Star Wars RACER game, and they're both made by LucasArts, and they're pretty similar. So I was actually advised just trying to use their video player. There are problems though, unfortunately, and the DLL video player needs to be tweaked a little bit. The roadblock I came up against is that one of time, obviously, because I've got other projects going on like Zelda Modders Toolkit and the emulated series and trying to complete those. Essentially, I lack the skill set to make the edits to the open source code and then compile the DLL myself and do the testing. So this is pretty much an open call to anyone out there that watches this video and is excited about upscaled and enhanced HD intro videos for Star Wars RACER, and you would like to see this actually be a thing. I think I'm really close to getting this to work. I just need somebody who knows how to do that, compile that open source code, or make changes to the open source code and then compile it, and I'd be more than happy to help with the testing. So this is pretty much all I have to share on this at the moment. I hope you find it interesting at the very least. It's kind of cool just to see just this frame even from this intro video, just to show you the potential of machine learning and how we can use it for various mods in a whole bunch of different gaming communities. And it's something I was actually inspired by seeing this in, I think it was a Doom project that a team used machine learning to increase the visual fidelity of some of the original in-game sprites. And I could speak about that more at a different point in the future because it's something that I'm really excited about for modding. But I will leave it at that for now because I've rambled on long enough. If you have any questions about this, I might have forgot to mention something at some point. If you have any questions, please ask me down in the comments section below. You can also jump into my Discord server, and I'd be more than happy to talk to you about all this stuff. So thank you so much again for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.